Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Good morning and thanks for being back with me. Now, I'm sure a lot of you, optimism for obvious reasons as an Arsenal fan, is at all time high. Now, again, Arsenal fans, we do have a special few bunch of fans that make it hard for us to just have a credible name as Arsenal fans. But more often than not, in regards to Unai Emery coming to the club, I'm pretty sure no Arsenal fan of logical sense is out here saying we're going to win the Champions League despite not being in it. We're going to win Europa and the Tour de France. We're going to do unbeaten, invincibles, 100 points, and all of these things in 1 year. Nobody's making mad claims. We're optimistic because obviously, regardless of if you liked Wenger or not, it was stale. There was nothing to look forward to. Every season was built with pre-season was had small optimism, and then by the first game of the season, it was already wiped out. But different manager, different tactics, ways of playing, optimism's at an high, and I can't sit here and get gassed off 7 minute or so videos of YouTube that have been by Arsenal. They've been heavily edited to show Arsenal in a positive light and all of these things. And it might come back to bite us on the bum in the sense that, I mean, if you're doing all this running now and 10 games into the season or so, I need to see the same application in make or break games. If I don't, yeah. So we can't read too much into it. But like you, I mean, come on, man. You gotta be pleased watching them vids, seeing the players working hard and things. And there are some differences I've noticed in regards to how Une does it and Wenger does it. Now, of course, I'm not an Arsenal coach. I would love to be or love to be involved, but I'm not on the training ground. I don't know in it. So yeah, definitely the training sessions were more intense under Wenger than everybody, me and myself included, gave the club credit for. But you're obviously seeing the double sessions in the morning and the evening. Clearly, that's what I want to see. For one reason, I mean, you saw with Klopp, maybe not necessarily double sessions. I don't know if he was doing that, but his high intensity. And you saw Pochettino of Spurs was definitely doing double sessions. The first thing you see, or them three managers are able to see in their squad, it separates the men from the boys. It shows you who is fit to play this sort of football that you want to implement and who isn't. And there's probably some players in there that he's realised are not going to be able to do it. Maybe Wilshere was one of them that he wouldn't be able to play how he wanted to play. I'm not saying that's a fact. I'm just giving examples, my guys. So the double sessions are a good thing for me. Double sessions is getting us more. We do run quite a lot, but it's how we run with the high press, the intensity. You want to see all of that implemented in the side, and to see the players all more or less dying and looking like they're going to pass out after the sessions is great. So we're seeing that. Obviously, I'm loving. Personally, I'm loving Giancarlo Concedo, however you say his name. One of his assistant managers, coaches. But better yet, I'm liking his approach. You constantly hear him shouting, constantly demanding more. That's what I want to see. Steve Bold looks like the shackles have been taken off him, and he's allowed to have some input. I'm liking Unai Emery. He looks like a man that says very little, but when he speaks, I mean, he speaks a lot. But I mean, when I say very little, I mean he speaks a lot, encouraging and all that Spanish passion, but he speaks very little to give you criticisms or to give you pointers. He'll pull you to the side after the game, and I like his approach, just damn right how he's been approaching this, to be honest. I have picked up a few things. I mean, clearly Arsenal was skilled at playing under pressure with a football at times where we overplay, but it did look like there's a lot of drills in regards to playing when outnumbered, and it did look like I saw, based on how they were playing in training, again, I only saw 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes like you lot. But based on how they were playing, it did look like they were replicating match scenarios. In particular interest to me are away games when we struggled to play out of the back under pressure and things like that. I've seen a lot of drills replicating that. I've seen a lot of match situation, a lot of 1 versus 1 drills that the club's doing, and these will pay off. I'm seeing a lot of movement training as well. So obviously, a lot of people think with the way Unai Emery plays, it's going to be compact, and a lot of that's true. But you're seeing the width used to a degree, and it still needs to come a long way. But yeah. I've also seen what I've seen, in my opinion. It does appear that there's way more ball work in the early weeks of pre-season than under Wenger. Similar to a degree with Pep when he first came, or more or less last summer. Not when he came, but last summer. There was a lot of fitness, of course, but it's about the tactics and implementing that. Like you saw with Pep Guardiola, first season, it was a bit of a tough learning curve. Second, he got the tactics right. He got the tactics spot on. He made sure the players knew their jobs, defenders, midfielders, everybody connected, and it gelled. And Une probably it's a Spanish culture thing in regards to football in Spanish footballing culture, a lot of technical based drills. I like to see that with Unai Emery. I mean, it's nice to see differences, to be fair. So these were a couple things I've seen. For me, mainly, I'm seeing improvement in shape and playing under pressure, especially in regards to that back line, specifically that back line, the back five. That should benefit us going into the season. Again, we can't read too much into 6 minute clips and things like that. And then, although the majority of you know that, I have had a few degree of idiots that have commented and saying you can't do that. But I mean, yeah, bruv, there's not much more to say. I mean, yeah, long may the optimism continue. And yeah, it's a chance for a lot of these players to put the players that didn't feature too tough under Wenger. It's a chance for them to have a future here. The players that were permanent fixtures of some sorts under Wenger, there's no more complacency because the bubble's been burst. You all have to earn your ratings again, to be fair. So yeah, man, there's not much more to say on that front. Guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest. I'm out. Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure.